Killers of the Flower Moon is a long-ass film. So long that they say that if you wait to the end of the credits, the movie begins again on a never-ending loop, only stopping when the viewer has withered away into dust. Martin Scorsese's greatest achievement is the Ouroboros of cinema. Martin, it was you who was the true killer of the Flower Moon all along. Killers of the Flower Moon stars Leonardo DiCaprio's son as Ernest Burkhart, a First World War veteran who returns to the States to live and work for his uncle, a wealthy cattle owner who lives on Native American-owned land. This cattle owner is played by Robert De Niro. He was cast solely due to the fact his character loves De Niro and will do anything to get his hands on that sweet, sweet Native American land. De Niro. De Niro. Based on true events, the film revolves around De Niro and DiCaprio's son's dastardly plot to usurp the Native American landowners via interracial marriage and stone-cold murder. Oh, no! During a period of 13 years, from 1918 to 1931, there were many murders of the Hokage in the Hidden Leaf Village, Osage Native Americans in Fairfax County, and Scorsese, in order to preserve historical accuracy, ensures that the movie's runtime lasts 13 years. Whilst these murders were no joke, Scorsese's aversion to editing is. Thelma Schoonmaker's job as editor is clearly to not edit his films. Ultimately, this is the true purpose of cinema, the pinnacle of the art form, the sole goal of creation, to ensure that audiences can think about all the other things they need to do in their lives whilst watching 3.5 hours of someone's ego on screen. Thank you, Thelma. I remembered to send my meter readings on time. I'm not saying this is a bad film. It really isn't. It's pretty damn good. But Oppenheimer was a half hour shorter than this, and it flew by. It had pace and was sufficiently purposeful with its script and editing. You could say it was a blast. Whereas Killers is the equivalent of nuclear fallout. It lingers about too long, and by the time it's over, you realize you should have been somewhere else instead. This is a movie where scenes follow scenes. Well, duh, that's what all movies are. Yes, but they have to have a purpose. There is one scene where De Niro's character's farm is on fire. Not like an inferno or anything, but a small blaze, and the insurance guy, who randomly is there, is like, I sold him a fire damage policy last month, LOL. We then have to watch random shots of the fire, cut with the sick wife of Leo for at least 10 minutes. This was such a pointless scene that was truly burned into my mind. We already know that De Niro's character loves De Niro, and we also see him try and fail to work an insurance scam. We know this because we've watched this happen by this point for approximately 500 hours. We don't need to see it again. But it's a masterpiece. Scorsese is a genius. You don't get it. Yes, you are correct. I clearly have too much of a gag reflex for Martin's Shaft. The point is, the film is bloated for runtime and even dialogue, which is often pointless and leads to nothing, such as the early conversation revealing DiCaprio's son has a serious stomach issue, and he can't lift anything or exert himself, and he has to wear a special belt, which we never see. Why is this so specifically discussed if there is no payoff for this? Why do we need to know? We don't. If only there was some way we could remove all the unnecessary dialogue in a film. However, not to just shit on this, there's a lot of good things here. The writing, however meandering, is decent. The dialogue isn't clunky, and there's lots of southern kind of dialects used, and a lot of Native American language. But just to chillax on that point, most of the spoken Native American language has no subtitles. Usually, I'm okay with this when used sparingly, but there is a lot of Native American dialogue, and when the language seems absolutely pertinent to the impact of a scene, then put some subtitles on the damn screen, or it just feels like some student's art house film project. You can't really complain about Scorsese's directing. The guy is a master. It's just par for the course at this point. He does try some different stylistic things at the beginning and the end, but they work to middling effect. The performances are all good from the leads, down to the ensemble cast, and there are a few cameos from familiar faces too. Leonardo DiCaprio's son deserves an Oscar for his performance working the impossible role of not going full retard, and also for loving a woman who is over 25 years of age. The struggle to keep up this act, though, was too difficult for Leo, so much so that he changed the script to poison his on-screen wife to ensure balance is restored to the Force and universe. Truly, though, the romance between Leo and Lily Gladstone feels so forced, it happens so quick, and there's so little chemistry, it really broke the immersion of Leo being able to date outside his normal age range. Robert De Niro is great throughout, and in this, he seems to have found some fountain of youth and energy from somewhere. He is manipulative, charismatic, and ruthless, much like your mother. Lily Gladstone, as DiCaprio's son's implausible wife, is also really good, especially at making the audience ask the difficult questions, such as, why doesn't she notice she's being poisoned by her husband? Why is she so forgiving about him murdering her entire family? And the most difficult question of all, is she hot or not? Now, something that has to be talked about, because I say so, and since the awful The Creator movie, is this new trailer trend. We went from showing everything in a movie to now showing you a tactical recut projecting a different plot to what the film really isn't about. Welcome to dishonest trailers. The trailer for this film seemed like it was a bit of a murder thriller about Native Americans being suspiciously killed off and Leo and Lily banding together as an interracial couple to bring the killers to justice, all under the auspices and pressures of racist white Americans. What we actually get is Leo being spanked with a paddle by Robert De Niro in a Masonic lodge.
Nice.
It's worth the price of the admission. Thankfully, the movie is actually good, even if your expectations have to be completely tempered as a result of the fraudulent trailer. The music might actually be the most interesting part of this film. It's like John Carpenter meets slide guitar and woodwind swells, and it works perfectly. I actually now want to watch The Thing again. Thanks, Martin. This is a good movie. It's pretentious, overly long, but is held together with compelling performances, and that Scorsese chic. It just really needed to be cut down by a full hour. If you like to watch films for fun, then this isn't for you. If you like your films to be the equivalent of sitting in the chair from A Clockwork Orange for the rest of your life, then you will love it, you masochistic bastard. Alternatively, we should all just go to see Leo get spanked, which is clearly where the true meaning of the film lies. Honestly though, it's pretty good, go see it.